Hi, it's Paul from Paul Kelly Golf. I want to talk to you today about the practice habits between really good golfers like low handicap golfers and average or high handicap golfers, and how those practice habits separate the two and allow the good golfers to continually play good golf, and how they prevent the bad golfers or the average golfer from progressing the way that they think they should with the amount of practice that they think they're putting in. So stay tuned. And if you like this content and you'd like to get regular content like it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, feel free to leave a comment or share to your friend, and it'll help the channel grow and you'll get more interesting content on a regular basis. So for the last 35 years, give or take, I have been a teaching professional and a club pro, so I've spent more time on the range than just about anybody I know, except for other people in my industry who've been doing the same thing. So I've seen an awful lot of golfers, I've seen an awful lot of different types of golfers, I've taught a lot of different people, and the thing that I see on the driving range that really separates good golfers from average golfers is that good golfers work on fundamentals non-stop. Bad golfers do not. Good golfers work on things such as ball position, how far away from the ball I am, where it is in my stance, what's my posture, what is my grip doing, am I putting my hands back on the club the same way all the time? Do I have an alignment stick down? Am I aimed at where I think I'm aiming so that if I make a shot, I have an idea of feedback of where the ball goes? Average and bad golfers do the opposite. They go out and they work on a new swing mechanic every single time they go out. They're always searching for something different, and they never secure those fundamentals that allow them to progress. So if you want to get better, continue to work on the boring things. It's like an NHL player who stays after practice and just shoots pucks and takes backhander after backhander after backhander, or wrist shot, or learns how to tip in pucks, stays there for hour after hour. They're working on fundamentals. So that's what allows you to get better. So focus on your fundamentals and don't try a new swing change every time you go, because without your fundamentals, it's not going to pay off. The next thing that I see that good golfers do and that average to bad golfers rarely do is good golfers spend a disproportionate amount of time on their short game. Chipping and putting, chipping and putting, chipping and putting. Boring, boring, boring. But we all know what it does to you when you play. When you play against that guy and you think, I didn't think he hit the ball that good, and then you see the score posted of a 73, 74, something like that, and you go, how did that happen? I thought I hit the ball as good as him, but he or she got up or down all day long. That's what keeps your score tight when things are not working, and it's what lets you shoot exceptional scores when everything is working. A short game can mean everything to a golfer. An average or bad golfer, they go to the driving range with their driver in their hand, their clubs back at the car or up at the starter's hut. I see them all the time. Driver in the hand, bucket of balls going down, pounding out ball after ball after ball with the driver, and in their mind they think it's practice. But they haven't done anything structurally, they haven't done anything to improve their short game, which is where all of the strokes occur. Now there's a key to short game, especially with chipping and putting. If you take 50 balls and you put them all down and you chip them all to a flag, that's really not practice, because that's not how the game is played. If you pay attention to how a good golfer chips and putts and practices, they will usually tend to chip out 1 or 2 balls, then take their putter and go and try and hole out the ball from there, then come back again and do the same thing. It's not exciting, and yes, it's a little bit boring, and it takes more time to get more balls, but that's how the game is played. They're replicating how the game is played versus just standing in one spot and chipping all their balls and thinking, oh yeah, I got the hang of it now. Of course you do. You just hit it 50 times. You don't get that opportunity on a golf course. So focus on how you're playing the game in your short game. Small shots, go and hold them out. Bring them back, do it again. Spend a disproportionate amount of time on learning how to chip and putt. The next one is that good golfers have a specific target and they shoot to that specific target. If I walk down the driving range and I know who's good and I know who's bad, and I stop and I ask the guys who are good, what are you shooting at? And they'll tell me, oh, the yellow flag, it's 143 yards. I say, great. I walk on. How many times have I done a lesson or stop and ask someone, what are you shooting at? Nothing in particular. How can you possibly get better if you're not shooting at anything particular? And also, the good players, they work on obtaining that specific distance with every club. If a 6-iron is going to go 170 yards for them, they want it to go 170 all the time. The bad golfers, they get excited when all of a sudden they jump their 6-iron up and it goes to 190 and they turn and they go, "Did you see that one? You see how far that one went?" Well, that's not how golf is played. Trying to have a long drive contest with every single club is not golf. So find the club, find out how far it goes, keep making your swing with that club until you feel confident that that's your distance and you're honing in on a specific target rather than just pounding balls out in a long drive contest with your 8-iron. And the last one, what good golfers practice the most is what they're weakest at. They take their flaws and they practice and practice and practice until those flaws are no longer as flawed. Sometimes they end up as strengths. Bad golfers and average golfers only practice what they're good at because it gives them a feeling of success. I like to go and I'm just going to hit my driver all day long because I hit my driver good. And then you go out and you haven't chipped or putt, you haven't hit mid-irons, or I hit my 7-iron pretty good, so I'm just going to hit a bucket of balls with that. And they don't go to the bunker, they don't go chipping, they don't putt, they don't try and do different shots. If a slice is your problem, then they just hit balls and just accept the slice rather than working on a slice. So good golfers, like all athletes in any sport, they find out what their weaknesses are and they beat away at it and beat away at it until it's no longer a weakness. Average and normal players and bad players, they avoid those weak ones because they're not fun and it doesn't give them a feeling of success. So tackle your weak things, turn those into an advantage. And if you do all these things, I guarantee that you will play better golf. Thanks for watching.